penalty incident that decided the way this one went, Owen?
I mean, I think VAR has been terrific this season. It's so much better than it's been in the past. There's no way on earth this is a penalty. Not even, you know, sometimes you say out of 100, how many would you give as a penalty? Not even one of those, I'd say, that would be a penalty. I have no idea. His arm's in a slightly unnatural position, but it doesn't hit his hand. It doesn't hit his arm. It's like, hits his ribs. I mean, I thought that was a terrible decision on the pitch, and worse when they went to VAR. And I mean, I don't understand it, Steve, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about Stamford Bridge being soft penalties, but that is an incredible decision, I think. Manchester United, City, have got away with on, and then we see Sterling very cool on the spot and put it right down the middle, letting the goalkeeper dive out of the way. But at the start, it's not a penalty. It's never been a penalty. We've watched rerun after rerun. It's a simple one. I think some penalties we watch and we caught in the middle. It's a bit of a grey zone. Some people say it's a penalty, some people won't. But this one, I think we're all in quite.
I think everybody's in the same boat. Yes. Even Dermot Gallagher was in the same boat.
And that takes some doing, by the way. Changing his mind it's a big thing.
It is. Well, let's talk about the man that scored the penalty, and that is Raheem Sterling. He's joined the 100 club. Quite a milestone.
I'll tell you what. I mean, you can go and score 100 goals in the Premier League. What a dream for any kid. Oh. And then the cheek and the confidence to just pass it down the middle. I mean, that is absolutely unbelievable. Just so casually, just passes down the middle of the goal. And to be fair, the last few games, I know he didn't play a lot before. Yeah. He's been really good. He's played really well. He's looked sharp. He's been explosive. So amazing achievement. 100 goals. He's still so young, Raheem Sterling. He's been brilliant under Pep Guardiola. Only 2 penalties in that 100. That's pretty good. You know, normally there's a lot more in there, but the calmness to just pass it down the middle, I thought was amazing. And
actually, the point you make about the fact we haven't actually seen a lot of him. He's not in Pep's regular plans. I know Pep rotates a lot, but considering when every time he's called upon, he seems to deliver.
Yeah, he does, and he's a 1 in 3 man, which is it's fantastic, especially from not an out-and-out striker, from a support act, I suppose, off the right or the left wing. I mean, fantastic numbers there. You can see them for yourself. It's an amazing achievement to hit 100 goals and only 2 penalties. That is special.
Well, actually, now's a good time to hear how he feels about joining that 100 club. Here is Raheem Sterling.
Big honour, though, to join an illustrious group with 100 goals, a centurion.
Yeah, it's a lovely achievement. You know, some fantastic players that's been in there. So, yeah, I'm really honoured to be in it now.
Must have been some anxiety there when the deadlock was going on.
Yeah, as I said, 10 men, you know we had to keep patient, but as I said, they kept it really tight. But we know if we kept playing, we'll get an opportunity, and we did.
Yeah, you had a very confident spot kick. The decision, though, there's a lot of debate about whether it was a penalty or not, but it went your way. It's not your concern, I suppose. But a tough battle throughout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a tough one. As I said, every time we play Wolves, home or away, they're always a difficult side to play for us.
Yeah, it was difficult. As for Raheem Sterling, do you think he gets the respect he deserves?
Well, he did before when he was playing all the time. But I think Pep makes no bones about it. If you're not scoring, you're not creating, then you're not going to play. You see it with Jack Grealish. You know, the numbers haven't been there. He started the season and then he didn't play. You know, Bernardo Silva plays, scores and creates. Phil Foden scores and creates, and they play all the time. So I think for Raheem, I think he's really unlucky that he doesn't play all the time. But the goals maybe have dried up a little bit in the last year. And I think maybe somebody else would love to have Raheem Sterling in their team. Pep Guardiola obviously isn't that keen on him right now, for whatever reason. Yeah. But they have great options there, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden and Riyad Mahrez and, you know, Kevin De Bruyne. So you could almost looks like he could be out of there with him playing so little. But he's back to his best, and it shows everybody that when he plays, he can score and create and win them games.
And actually, with all the talk of him potentially making a move away from Man City, we don't know. That might happen, it might not. He could probably play for any team, could he? He could have his pick of them. Yes,
I'm sure there's a lot of clubs and chairmen out there on high alert if he becomes available in the summer. Listen, he's a fantastic player, and I mean, to score 100 goals and we don't really talk about him much these days, and he's only 27 years old. I mean, Jesus, I'm sure that there'll be clubs on the continent begging for him to go over there, and he won't be short of offers.
Whilst it was a day to remember for Raheem Sterling, probably a day to forget for Raul Jimenez. Would that be a good way of summing it up?
Yeah, he had a very, very strange day. Amazing to see him back on the football pitch after such an awful injury. I think he might have just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He was a bit aggressive and gets a yellow card there. That's a clear one. It's easy.
And
but the problem is it
31
continues on. Look, you know, it's the same action really. That could have got it there. Then he still decides to linger about. You know, you got to stand. What? It's 10 yards. What's he doing? What? I mean, this is. It's just he's just had a brain freeze, Tima. He's just lost it for a second. Cost his team. You know, and he'll be furious with himself because I think sometimes in the heat of the moment he thinks like he's agitated and frustrated by something for sure. But it cost the team.
I know what that is. That's playing up front and you're on away at the Etihad. I've been there before, honestly. Yeah. It's a lonely old job. But yeah, I mean, it's just complete head loss there, isn't it? He gives the first one away. And you talk about game management, don't you, and slowing City down. You don't want them to play too fast. And fair enough, you stand on the ball for a second or two, but not constantly not let it go by you like he just has there. I mean, when he watches that back, I'm sure he'll be bitterly disappointed with his own actions.
It's a shame because he's such a great guy. He's a credit to the league. He just had a bad 20 seconds. You know, that's when you need a teammate to come on and go, what are you doing? Go back, will you? Just
it was almost a bit surreal how it happened, didn't it?
When he watches it back, he'll be thinking, what was it?
I don't think he'll watch it back, do you? I don't think he'll want to. 31 seconds between the two cards. Well, anyway, so it ended with Manchester City, of course, taking all 3 points. And now we've seen the top 3 in action. Glenn, I know where you stand because you said you're going to stick with Chelsea. But when we look at this title race, which way is it going?
Well, I still think City are the best team, Man City are the best team that I've seen so far this season consistently. They went to Stamford Bridge and actually hammered Chelsea. I know it was only 1-0, but they were streets ahead of Chelsea. So I'm going to say City, but if there's any slip-ups, Liverpool and Chelsea would be right there to pounce. And
is that because City have the strongest squad, do you think? Because depth is important in this.
I think they have the strongest squad, yeah. I think they have about, you know, it almost doesn't matter who starts, whereas Chelsea, if they lose Salah and Mane and Van Dijk, they're in big trouble. I think City could afford to rotate 7 or 8 every game. OK, well, the drama continues. It makes it a very exciting Premier League campaign indeed. So the top 3 all win, and after the break...
Can anybody out there hear me?